And we're back watching 100. We're on episode 4 now. Unscripted comedy is hard. Yeah, I might just kind of brand this as a commentary track rather than a making fun of the show track. But we'll see if we get into the funny parts later. Last episode we had the amazing and shocking revelations that Emile is actually a girl and Claire is actually a tsundere.
Shocking to no one.
Let's see if we can follow up those powerhouse revelations in 3, 2, 1. Click. TV Tokyo.
Presumably this is Singer Girl. Why are we seeing her naked in the shower?
Because fan service?
At least she has a good reason to ask for his bodyguard.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly she has an ulterior motive, but the one who is badass enough to stop the destruction of the buildings on the island.
Yeah.
Seems like a reasonable person to ask as a bodyguard if it's possible.
They fought off a Trenta-class savage, Starbucks' largest savage.
That doesn't exist.
No, totally, they do have Trenta as a size.
I assume it's a secret size then.
I think it's only for the iced teas.
Oh. I suppose I only ever get the, blended ice drinks.
I've seen it advertised, I know that much.
I mean, when it comes to Starbucks, there's really not much point in getting anything other than this fancy special drinks, because everything else is just overpriced. At least with the fancy drinks, it's overpriced and you're getting something odd.
Yeah, well, you can pay a premium for uniqueness now and then.
So, you're evil glowy...
We're gonna meet those villains soon enough. I don't know if we're gonna do it this episode.
But soon enough.
Mm-hmm.
So, girl with claws.
And the ultra-rare male slayer.
I mean, it's really not fair for the two of them to be going up against normal people, but I guess if the point is to try to train them to...
Not Berserk.
Train him out of Berserk.
Yeah, get used to that.
What, not being able to see him, or everyone gushing over him?
Yes. Alright. So. That's what we've got going on. Actually, everything seems to force him into full body armament. I don't know why she's done up as, like... We have way too many cat girls in this. Oh, yay, mission! Bodyguard for Sakura.
It's like plot?
Yep.
I assume it's because you saved the town.
I'm not sure how things taller than buildings are supposed to lurk, but...
I don't know, did they hatch from eggs or something?
we never get an explanation of what the Savage are. They seem to come from falling as meteors based on this, but,
So presumably there are 3 more Savages. Okay.
yeah.
Again, I'm not quite sure how things that big hide, but...
They're clearly supposed to be aliens of some sort, but, yeah, they're just aliens. They're therefore bad.
I mean, they're trying to destroy things.
Mm-hmm. But there are a lot of interesting ways you could go with even what appears to be this mindless alien invasion.
I mean, there's usually a... Did he request... Okay, something with his sister? Or something
She's doing her tarot readings that only include major arcana again.
Well, I mean...
That's, like, I know that's 90% of fictional tarot readings.
No, there's actually some real tarot readings that only use major arcana.
Yeah, but her deck is clearly large enough that that shouldn't be the case.
Fair enough. But, some tarot does... Some people do just read with the major arcana. You're a good big brother.
It's all part of being the generic nice guy. Again, there's comparatively little problem with that.
I mean, yeah. There are plenty of, especially male leads that are just sort of a generic nice guy, and that's fine. It's fine to just... I assume you just need to be careful about women in general, because even without others, you have clingy, jealous, super-powered, flat-chested girl, and angry tsundere class president girl.
Yeah.
Even without any other girls interfering. No, seriously, if you admitted to being a girl, you could openly go on dates with him.
Yeah, I mean, you'd think that would advance her agenda much better. Not having to do anything under the table and instead being able to stake a claim.
And I mean, admitting she's a girl gets her removed from his dorm room, but that's
she's already been removed from the dorm room. I'm not sure how it's supposed to cause much more of a shock in the school.
She's short.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not a very insightful observation, but she's really short.
It's kind of obvious there.
Well, I mean, she is a famous...
She's supposed to be a super celebrity idol.
Yeah. You expect big crowds. You could just ask. Really.
I know we're being quiet through this one, but...
There's not a lot to snark at yet.
Yeah.
But we're only just
Sakura doesn't give us much material. Overall.
So we're only just meeting her anyway. You
Yeah,
let her
if you've read my no-spoiler review, you know I already believe she's the best character in the show. Seriously, what were you expecting? His awesomeness was in beating a skyscraper-sized monster.
Yeah, it's the...
Not in being James Bond.
Did you just lock him in the room? What?
Ad bumper!
I assume that's
Because the regular net is not important enough.
A lot of people...
Yeah.
A lot of shows use alternate names for the net.
I actually kind of like how forward she is. It's at least a little funny.
Yeah, and, you know, hey, at least she's...
Not doing a weird paradoxical play where she pretends to be a guy.
Well, that would be a celebrity couple and last about 6 months and then ended in a horrible disaster. Also... I note you're not actually asking for his input on any of this.
She has a personality! We have to do something!
What is he doing?
Calling her bluff?
Fair enough. That's probably... To be fair, that probably is the best response to that.
And we get another shower scene out of her because...
With the exact same animation.
You know, I called Claire Miss Fan Service, but Sakura does a good job herself.
Why don't you have actual servants?
I don't know.
I mean, there's nothing stopping you from having actual servants as well as a bodyguard.
Oh, like we weren't expecting that.
Also, that would be a serious injury and you should take her to the hospital.
Yeah. I don't think there was a squishy mat in there.
She hit her head on the edge of the bathtub.
Right.
There wasn't even a mat to be considered.
Yeah.
She should have cracked her head open. I know this is an anime, but...
Yeah. A lot of shows get away with small falls not being as dangerous as they should be.
See? Actual personality.
Yeah.
A little bit of a tease, a
Be
little full of
teasing.
herself.
Somewhat self-absorbed, but not unkind.
Yeah, she's not mean.
And we haven't actually even gotten her one really good character scene yet.
I mean, she's had lots of practice handling people.
Yeah, well, just because someone in this show should have a skill doesn't mean they do.
This is fair enough. I mean, that's true for other shows too.
Yeah.
That's not exclusive to this one. Having a trait, being told you have a trait, and the fact that you should have a trait logically are not at all related, and that is I'm not sure if that's a pretty...
That's not skin tone, it's white.
I'm not sure if that's pretty or obscene. I'm kind of... So she uses her 100 for her performances?
Yeah. We get this answer fairly shortly that hers doesn't actually generate a weapon. It's not even remotely useful for combat.
Then why does it exist?
I don't know, these things seem to be more found or absorbed than actually invented. I mean, theoretically, I suppose she could be a support in combat, but despite showing off good tactics in the very first Slayer fight, I don't think the show cares much about tactics.
Yeah. I mean, tactics are... I mean, a lot of fighting shows have minimal
Yeah.
giving a damn about tactics. Also, the scientist constantly sucking on a lollipop is sort of... It's noticeable, but that doesn't really bug me. That's
just,
that's a quirk level.
Yeah.
Isn't Bodyguard kind of a 24/7
Yeah.
thing?
You'd think so.
No, really, that should be a 24/7 thing.
I mean, technically, I suppose what he's supposed to be bodyguarding from is giant monsters.
Fair enough.
But then she had him check the room. But
So
she might have
it's-
just been trolling.
But he was given the tracer, so... And it's gonna have...
Well, duh, what do you think? Because we have to keep Emil in this somehow, even though she's not even remotely interesting.
Why are you guys sitting back to back?
If the bath was smaller, I suppose it would make sense.
Sure. And I mean, it's sort of. I will say, as a non-Japanese person, it's kind of an interesting cultural thing to me that being in the same bath together is, significant, but not nearly as much as it would be for being in the U.S.
Yeah.
You're the one inviting him to look, you dumb bitch.
Remember, the clingy random girlfriend is the one note she's given. She's not interesting enough to actually have a trait like shameless.
No, really, it's not
Why
funny.
are we still doing this?
It's not funny.
Yeah, it's this isn't Trinity 7.
In Trinity 7, it was funny.
Oh hey, villains!
People with actual, plot and... motivations?
Motivations? You wish.
What?
That's our villains.
Okay.
For now.
They're current villains.
Yeah.
So, we have
the
a
mysterious black and yellow gang.
I assume they're evil and corrupted by the virus and such.
They've got slightly more story than that. And that is somehow looter than her regular outfit.
So why are we having the random fan service shots at the end now?
I don't know, because, the last time we had a spinning CD, I think this time we're getting, stage concert outfits.
That's not entirely answering my question.
Because they could.
So they put their effort into giving fan service costumes for the girls?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's not like these are at all animated, so it probably didn't cost them much to draw that and do slow pans with it.
But mental and emotional energy to design the costumes.
Yeah, well, that's probably what people cared about when making this show.
That's sort of what I meant.
It's who cares what someone is like as a person as long as Claire's ass looks good from every angle?
Anyway, that's the end of that episode.
We will see you next time in episode 5. Goodbye.